Hello, everybody. So, for the final video in our series on how to sell more and better copy with fewer pushbacks from your prospects and clients, I want to talk about different levels of copy and selling different levels of copy. So if you've been listening to the last videos and thinking, okay, that's great, but either on one side of the spectrum, maybe your project prices aren't big enough. On the other side of the spectrum, maybe your copywriting solution isn't good enough, right? Maybe you're like, well, I'd love to sell copy on every project, but holy cow, we've already maxed out one copywriter. Another one really isn't up to par. Like, what are we going to do? So other than hiring, an agency or a service, of course, like ours that has multiple different high quality strategists available, basically on demand at your disposal. Other and not very many companies like this that do it really well exist for conversion copy. So it's not just a plug for me or, an anti-plug for me. It's also letting you know that can be a little bit harder to find. I strongly encourage you to diversify your copy resources. Just because you have one company or one copywriter or one type of copywriting service, maybe even an in-house person that does your copywriting for you, doesn't mean that has to be the end of the picture. We actually work with companies that have in-house people that maybe, they get overwhelmed and maybe need to be able to perform at scale, or there's certain types of copy that they're really good at and certain types of copy that maybe we specialize in more. Maybe, for lower value projects that are just quick, one and done over with, you have just a really simple freelancer copywriter with really good prices that basically just follows an outline that you give them. Maybe you even have a copy editor, although, I will say that getting into the rabbit hole of having clients write copy and having an editor to edit it, oh my gosh, that sometimes takes more time and energy than just writing the copy from scratch. So we tabled that a long time ago, and now we are very passionate, and I encourage you to produce copy from scratch. But though, if you are finding that you have elements that you want the person who is the client to write, that's an idea as well, right? You could use a tool like Content Snare to capture copy from the clients, and then the conversion pages have a copywriter, again, anywhere from a simple freelancer who's really just the hands, all the way up to an agency like us that brings the process, the strategy, basically a whole marketing consultant in your pocket. You don't just have to pick one solution, because what we have heard from our partners a lot of the time is that they have different solutions for different needs. Not all of your clients are necessarily the same, right? Even within a niche, even within an industry, you often have tiers of service or buckets of people with different problems. Those problems are usually aligned with a certain type of service that they need. And it's okay to have multiple resources that speak to these multiple different buckets or contexts or situations. But to keep you sane and to keep you efficient and to keep you profitable, I would not suggest that you just have, a list of like random different copywriting solutions and you run down the list each time. I suggest that you take some time, hopefully you've already done this, to understand kind of what the buckets of need are for your clients, for the types of projects that you do, right? That is just in general, not necessarily copywriting specific. And then try and match those major maybe tiers of service, which I love it when tiers of service are aligned with buckets of kind of problem or value, problems that you're solving, value you're providing, and try and align those solutions with the copywriting solutions that you're going to need. And once again, just the basic buckets of copywriting that you're probably going to be experiencing are freelancer, right? Freelancer copywriter, a actual content strategist level copywriter who is someone who does some element of strategy as well. And then at the agency level, you have basically everything from, just the hands all the way up to that marketing consultant, people who are going to be helping you create a cohesive content marketing strategy that looks into the future. Anyway, hope this helps. If you have any questions about selling copy, please share them in the comments. Reach out to us directly. If you have any other strategies we haven't covered here, please share them. And as always, if this is valuable for you, then please subscribe, like, share it with somebody you think this would be valuable for. But of course, only if this is valuable for you, because we really want to be bringing the value. Hope you have a great day.